So the first question, I have read in Abhidhamma books that the three virati that arise in Mahakusala Chitta are differentiated into three. Sampattavirati, Samadanavirati, samuccheda virati. Is it right or not? I am confused regarding samuccheda virati because another student said that samuccheda virati does not apply to Mahakusala but to Lokuttara Chitta. Is it right or not? However, in my mind, samuccheda virati is included in Mahakusala too. For example, when a Sekka person in daily life, they practice virati when they have a chance to do akusala action. But the teacher explained that a Sotapanna will not practice virati again because they have destroyed the defilements with Magga Chitta. And a Sotapanna Sila is perfect. So they don't practice virati again. That's why I'm confused regarding this. So so this is the question, and I'll give you the answer next. Yes. So the description that I'm going to talk is from the Attasalini, the Dhammasangani commentary. So what are virati? Virati is described as threefold. Sampattavirati, meaning abstinence in spite of an opportunity obtained. Samadanavirati, because of observance. And samuccheda-virati, eradication. Now let's look at them one by one. First, we'll look at Sampattavirati, abstinence in spite of opportunity obtained. So now here, this particular person who is undertaking a Sampattavirati has not really observed a particular precept, but they reflect on maybe their status, their birth, their age, their experience, and they think, okay, it is not fit for me to do this sort of bad thing because I belong to this clan, or I belong to this, I have this status in society. So the other people may think ill of me. So for that reason, they may not, they may abstain from doing wrong. So that is an example of Sampattavirati. So there is a nice story given in the Attasalini, and this is the story of a lay disciple who lived long ago in Ceylon by the name of Chakkana. So one day Chakkana, his mother was very ill and she was suffering from a certain disease, and the doctor had recommended the fresh flesh of a hare or a rabbit. So Chakkana's brother told Chakkana to go to the field and kill a rabbit and bring home the fresh flesh. So Chakkana went to the field and he managed to catch a hare. And then after catching this hare, he felt bad. He thought, it's not proper for me to take the life of this innocent animal for the sake of saving my mother's life. And with that thought, he released this hare, saying, telling the hare to go back to the jungle and enjoy his life. And then he came back home, and then when the brother asked, did you get the hare? He said, he narrated what had happened. Then his brother reprimanded him, he scolded him, and then Chakkana felt really bad, and then he went to his mother. And in his mother's presence, he said, from the time I was born, I have never intentionally taken the life of any living being, any creature. So with the power of this truth that I'm saying, may my mother be well. And the story goes saying that immediately his mother recovered from that illness. So this is an example of Sampattavirati. And in fact, we call this in our language Satyakriya, the power of the truth. And this Satyakriya can be performed by a certain individual who protects a certain or keeps a certain precept without breaking it. And even when it comes to healers, there are certain people who have healing power. So they use the power of their metta, the power of their karuna to heal. So this is, so one may think this is not very scientific, but it actually is, because these are all kind of vibrations. So when a person meditates for a long time, they do metta meditation, they do karuna meditation, they have very good vibrations within themselves. So vibrations are energies. And with practice over a long period of time, they are able to direct these vibrations towards the people who are sick. And with the power of those vibrations, they can heal those people who are sick. So this is an example of using those vibrations, using those good vibrations. The Sampattavirati is an example for using those kind of vibrations. Now let's look at Samadanavirati, because of observance. So here an individual may observe the precepts, and both during the period of observation and also after the time limit, they, without transgressing against the object, even upon pain of, or upon like a life-threatening situation, they will still maintain their abstinence. So here there is a story of a lay disciple who dwelled in the mountain called Uttaravardhamana. So this lay disciple, he was a farmer, and he had taken precepts in the presence of a monk called Pingala Buddha Rakkhita, who dwelled in a nearby monastery called Ambariya. So after observing the precepts, he was plowing in his field, and one of his ox got lost. So he had to go looking for it, and he went to this Uttaravardhamana mountain, where a huge python encircled him. So now these farmers, they used to have a habit of carrying an axe on their shoulder. So this man had an axe, and he thought, I'm going to chop this python's head off with my axe. Then again, he thought, no, I just observed the precept, so it is not proper for me to do that. I shouldn't break them. And then again, he thought, it's all right. I am going to sacrifice my life, but I'm not going to sacrifice my precepts. And he threw away his axe. And then the story goes on to say that immediately this python released this man and just went away. So this is an example of Samadanavirati. Even in a life-threatening situation, and if an individual is able to protect the observance, protect without regressing without breaking the precept, then that is called Samadanavirati. And now we come to the third group, Samuccheda eradication. So abstinence by way of eradication. Here we have to understand it in association with the Aryan path. So during the cognitive process of the Magga Chitta Viti, once the path arises, what happens is it eradicates certain defilements. So when you get the Sotapatti Magga Chitta arising, it eradicates 3 fetters. In other words, the 3 fetters translate to the 4 dittigata sampayutta lobha chitta and the vichikicha chitta. So once a person becomes a sotapanna, a stream enterer, thereafter they will not generate those 5 kinds of akusala or unwholesome consciousness. Again, the other thing that gets eradicated is the ability to be reborn in lower subhuman realms. So they will not be born in any of the hells. The reason being, they will not generate unwholesome consciousness or mental factors that will result in such lower rebirths. However, they will continue to generate unwholesome consciousness, which are the four ditthigata vipayutta lobha citta, the four consciousness dissociated from wrong view. They will have dosa mula citta, the two dosa mula citta, as well as uddacha citta. So those can arise even in a person who is a stream enterer, because they haven't completely eradicated them, but they have cut off the ability to generate significantly bad karma that will result in lower rebirths. So what is this samuccheda virati? Samuccheda virati is whenever a magga citta arises, it will eradicate defilements completely in such a way that they will not arise again. So the eradication of defilements doesn't happen all at once. They occur in a stage-wise manner. So we get the first three fetters being eradicated by the stream enterer, and then we get thinning out of kamaraga and paccavekkhana by the sakadagami, and then by the time the anagami magga citta arises, there's complete eradication of kamaraga and paccavekkhana, and then the final 5 fetters are completely eradicated by the arahatta magga citta. So it occurs in a very stepwise manner. But whatever is eradicated by the magga citta is completely removed in such a way that it will not arise again. So this is what is meant by abstinence by eradication. So this third samuccheda virati is always in association with a magga citta. So you won't get samuccheda virati occurring with a kamavachara, with a sense sphere consciousness. So coming back to the question regarding the sotapanna or the stream enterer, do the virati arise in the mind of a stream enterer? So the answer is yes. So how do we understand it? Now, when it comes to the grave defilements, like killing a certain creature, even that thought will not arise in somebody who has entered the stream. So a sotapanna person will not get that kind of thought, because if you kill a creature, that is a karma that will definitely result in a subhuman rebirth. It's something which is a very grave mistake. So they will not get that kind of severe or that kind of great bad thoughts generating within them, but they may have smaller, less grave thoughts, akusala thoughts developing within them. For instance, they may they would have mana. They may think highly of themselves. Then again, they may develop lobha citta, which are dissociated with viv. So they may have a desire to be born in a deva sphere, like a heavenly plane, or in a Brahma plane. So those kind of thoughts are there. And so what kind of virati would they be observing? So if you think about that, now remember, they have eradicated only 3 fetters: sakkaya ditthi, vicikiccha, and silabbata paramasa. But the other fetters are still there. So they may think of maybe telling a joke, or like pulling somebody's leg, that kind of thing, which is not a grave mistake. It's just for fun. They may think of doing something like that. So those kind of things, they may purposely abstain from doing something like that. So that is an instance of purposely abstaining from such an action. So it may be a physical action, a verbal action, or even a thought. So that is an example for a virati occurring in a stream enterer. So a stream enterer also still continues to walk on the path. He hasn't eradicated all the defilements. So yes, the virati can still occur right until they completely eradicate all their fetters. The last question regarding paccavekkhana citta. What type of citta is this? Is it a kama kusala citta accompanied by knowledge? For an ariya puggala who reflects on the defilements that are eliminated and what are remaining to be eliminated, their path, fruit, and Nibbana. Does that mean that they are recollecting their experience? So, paccavekkhana citta are kamavachara kusala citta. So when it comes to paccavekkhana jnana, if we are calling the paccavekkhana jnana, then of course we are talking about the kamavachara jnana sampayutta kusala or the kamavachara jnana sampayutta kriya citta. So in this instance, what is being reviewed are the four supramundane paths, the four supramundane fruitions, Nibbana, and in addition, they may review the defilements that they have already eradicated, and also they may review the remaining defilements that are yet to be eradicated. So those are the different ways of reviewing or paccavekkhana. However, paccavekkhana can occur even without jnana. So we have already described before, there are certain instances when somebody may think without really having a lot of wisdom, they may still generate a kamavachara kusala or a kamavachara kriya citta without wisdom being associated with it. But it will not occur in relation to the supramundane things. So the supramundane magga, phala, and nibbana will not be an object of the kamavachara jnana vipayutta kusala or kriya. So it must be associated with wisdom if the object is going to be something supramundane. So, however, a person may review their defilements that are eradicated or the remaining defilements without being associated with wisdom. So the answer for this question would be paccavekkhana itself can either take place either with wisdom or without wisdom. However, when the paccavekkhana is in relation to the supramundane things, that is the four magga, the four phala and nibbana, then it will be associated with wisdom. Unfortunately, we don't have any time for questions, but feel free to email any questions. The next lesson will be on the 2nd of March. Now time to share merits. Please join me.
那大家呢，现在可以跟着老师呢一起做这个功德回向。
Akasatta cha bummatta deva naga mahittika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu sasanam chiran rakkantu desanam chiran rakkantu mamparam. Idam me jnatinang hotu sukita hontu jnateyo. Idam me jnatinang hotu sukita hontu jnateyo. Idam me jnatinang hotu sukita hontu jnateyo. Imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo satan samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya. Idam me punyang asavakya vahang hotu. Idam me punyang nibbanassa paccayo hotu. Mama punya bhagam sabba sattanam bhajevi. Te sabbe nang punya bhagam labantu. Buddha sasanam chiran tiktatu. Buddha sasanam chiran tiktatu. Buddha sasanam chiran tiktatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, doctor. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu.
Good
Anumodana, teacher.
night, all.